Dynasty, the deep-woken killer, the RLC's destroyer, the best Roblox game since sliced bread, and oh fuck. You might say, aren't you being arrogant? And I'll reply, no, Dynasty has a lot in common with RLC's because neither of them are going to make it out of testing before 2030. Despite Dynasty's amazing, slow, methodical, fast-paced, positional, 360-degree combat system, there's still one glaring flaw with the game, which is its map sucks. Like, really sucks. This is really bad. Who even built this? But thankfully, in exchange for just a few dozen hours I would otherwise waste going outside, we can fix all of these issues and make Dynasty into the best Roblox game ever. The true Rogue Lineage 2. The sequel. Electric Boogaloo. Holy shit, I'm yapping. And the first step I took in fixing this atrocious, disgusting, barren map was adding something other than desert for 100 miles. Since the south is hot and there's a desert, I decided I would make the polar opposite of the desert that's still hot, which is a jungle. Except the jungle is still really undercooked, so that had to be fixed too. To fix the jungle, the first thing I did was add a village so that it wasn't completely barren of human life, because that would just be really weird. And the second thing I did was make it so it actually had beaches instead of just being cliffs that rose out of the water, because, well, you know, that's not how basic geography works. Unfortunately, 3 biomes spread across such a giant map is still miserable, so I had to add a 4th biome in the form of the Savannah, or the Vermilion Bay, alongside a 3rd village, because also 2 villages across such a giant map is miserable, and you're going to be playing walking simulator just trying to find somebody to sell your loot to. So now the map has biomes and variety and places to go to and things to do. What else could there possibly be left to do? And, oh right, the desert still is garbage and a barren wasteland. Now, I'm not going to lie, I spent an embarrassing number of hours trying to figure out how to make a desert not a barren wasteland. And I'm not really sure how, because the solution was literally just adding bones and ruins and some rocks, and now it looks about 20 times better. So the small matter of all the tiny atmospheric changes I made, like making it brighter, decreasing contrast, but nobody cares. Like, literally nobody cares about all the 0.1 changes I made to some numbers that make the game look better, so I'm not going to talk about that. And if you are interested in that, then I don't know. Hound me in DMs and I'll tell you, you fucking weirdo. So by now, the map has been reworked, the progression system has been reworked, new mobs have been added, new plants have been added, a new boss has been added, and about a million other things that I'm not going to go into detail about. And in a nutshell, the point of all of that was to say that Dynasty, hopefully, no longer sucks and is actually a fun game to play. It's still completely unfinished and needs months more of work, but because it's actually in a fun-ish state, in my opinion now, Dynasty's going to be open for temporary public testing. Because as it is, the game needs to get more exposure, and I want to fix all of the bugs in the game, not to mention the countless probable balance issues that are there due to me not being able to find them, due to me having no testers. And not just that, but what's the point in making an entire video game designed for players if there's not going to be anybody allowed on the game apart from about a dozen or so people?